James Gallo, Derek Kletzel in the Golden West Trailer and Equipment broadcast booth. We head downstairs for the Magri Coaches Show with assistant coach Curtis Pereverzoff going through this 4-2 Moose Jaw Warrior win over the Brandon Wheat Kings. Curtis, did tonight feel like a hard rivalry game between these two teams?
Yeah, I think you saw that towards the end as well. A couple willing combatants there with Schmitty, and then even at the end of the game there with a little bit of a dust up. And to be expected, I think with Brandon, we've seen him a lot this year. We've had some pretty high emotional games with them, tough wins and tough losses. So I think that's to be expected.
You feel as though the second period is where Moose Jaw took control of this hockey game?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one thing we said after the first period. Our defensive zone and our neutral zone was a little bit shaky, and just getting pucks in and establishing our forecheck. I thought offensive zone possession was pretty solid, and we did a pretty good job with managing pucks on the outside and finding lanes to the inside. And then the second period was a bit of a culmination of all of that coming together, and we were able to get rewarded with it. So
I thought Brandon really put in an effort to try and play you guys physical, to try and set a physical tone. Do you guys as coaches say anything to the players how to deal with that, or do you just let them take off and ride with it?
Well, I think a little bit is just letting them manage their own game. I think for us, we want to establish our game plan right from the beginning, and sometimes it takes us a little bit to get going. But whether a team wants to play physical or run and gun game or a high octane game, I think that we have a lot of bodies in the room that can play that kind of style as well. So I think for us, it's just making sure that we're sticking to our details and our game plan. And if the team wants to play physical, that's okay with us. We'll try and make sure that we can either match it or play with our speed and our skill.
The other thing I thought they really tried to do was take away Denton Matejchuk. It looked like they were trying to finish every hit so he couldn't jump up in the play. But he finds a way. Like, what is it about Denton that you see? You work with him every day. How does he just find ways to get it done all the time?
I mean, his hockey IQ, his hockey vision out there is exceptional. So I think he always puts himself in a position where he can either receive a hit or get himself out of it and be able to make a play with that. And I think we see that time and time again with Denton. And obviously he's a horse back there. He drives a lot of our offense from behind our own blue line moving forward. So, I think it's just a lot of his hockey IQ, his ability to read the ice, scan the ice, and then make a play from there.
I want to ask about Lyndon Lakovich. Scored a goal here tonight for the Warriors. We know a lot about Lyndon's skill. We know a lot about his speed, his ability to make plays. But you feel as though tonight we were able to see Lyndon's compete highlighted a little bit more, playing alongside Atlee Calvert and Rylan Kovacevic?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one thing that Lyndon's done a really good job of so far this year, especially after the Christmas break. He's really turned around his checking and making sure that he can be an F1. He can turn pucks over. Really enjoy watching his tracking details. I think that's come a long way for him as well. And obviously, like we talked about before, a player who's long and skilled and very smooth out there. I think it's just a matter of time before he starts putting the puck in more on a regular basis. And his goal today, perfect execution for him. He got the puck. There was no dust off. He put it right towards the net, and he's rewarded for it.
Magri Coaches Show with assistant coach Curtis Pereverzoff. Congratulations on the win. Good luck coming up on the weekend as you guys take on the Calgary Hitmen.
Great. Thank you, guys.